It's an after-school program because the day school system is sort of like constrained with like testing first, like sort of mentality, where you have to like score high on English and math.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm teaching in a different capacity. I'm teaching art, and I use that to sort of bring up how kids have the power to change their communities and how they're in charge of their communities.
Can you give some examples of that? How you use art as a means of building the young people's expectations of themselves, understanding their own potential, and understanding and giving them tools with which to push back against a system that's kind of left them out in the cold, or at the very least to kind of build up something better in their own community.
Yeah, so for me, I've been working there for a year, and working with these kids, first of all, working with middle school youth is very difficult. It's already a time of change in their lives. A lot of them are going through a lot of hormonal problems that sort of are manifest in like behavior problems. Like a lot of kids spaz out, and all of a sudden they're a behavior problem. But so I first started teaching a music video class. So we first made a little music video where they sort of designed the video and they storyboarded it, and they came up with the sort of the idea for the video, and they got to represent that visually. And that first class was sort of makeshift because I wasn't sure of like what the program was about and who the kids were, but over time it started to grow. In the summer I taught a Change the World class. Change the World class sort of was, the goal was to teach them like, you can change the world. So the first process of that is to look at the world, witness the world. What is it? What do you see in it? What do you want to change about it is the second process. And then the third process is how can you achieve that change? And so we learned about different examples of how to change the world. So there's one artist that we saw who's built art out of garbage. And so we also did that. We followed that exercise and we built art out of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And we built like these really cool things, like installation things. And then we watched a video about Tucson, Arizona, where these kids, these middle school and high school kids, were fighting up against a racist legislation.
SB 1070.
Yeah.
Tucson, Arizona, where, by the way, my brother lives.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah.
Is he involved at all in that?
Tucson? Yeah. No, dude.
No.
He goes to University of Arizona, where he's in a master's degree program for choral conducting. It's pretty unsocially involved.
You should recommend Precious Knowledge. It's a documentary I screened for my students.
Okay, to him, I will.
Yeah. And when I taught that class, that was sort of like the genesis in my brain. Like, I wanted to start to like incorporate social change in what I'm doing. So after that, I planned out a superhero class because I recognized like that the kids really love superheroes. They really love comic books for some reason. I think as a kid, you're sort of naturally inclined to like these figures where they're weak in some sense, but they're also very strong and they can fight back. And I felt like maybe they identified that as people of color or people in this working class neighborhood. And so I structured a class where we made our own superheroes. So the kids came up with their own superhero identities, their own superhero powers, and we made a little film about it. And it's short little film. And now this rotation, we're doing another music video, but we're doing it collaborating with the hip hop class, and we're gonna make like a sort of anti-bullying video because the kids have to deal with a lot of bullying in that. And I'm also a part of like this sort of Saturday community engagement project. So in the past we painted a mural that worked with aquaponics farm in Bushwick, and the students designed the mural, and we went every Saturday for like 2 months to paint this mural, and they really loved that one. We're probably gonna do another one this spring. And we also visited different nonprofits in the neighborhood. We learned about urban farming. We learned about yoga. We would go to different yoga workshops to deal with sort of the stresses of living in this world, in this neighborhood specifically. We would go to the food co-op. We learned about eating healthy and treating our bodies with love and care.